Welcome to Fear of Stars, Desi Films Decoded, the podcast
Wait,
where
I'm
four.
sorry.
Yeah.
Switch chairs.
Yeah.
Wait, this is the squeaky one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's my.
Sat and test. So the one thing I did,
Yeah.
and
so
I did
that
it
was
wrong.
useless. Thank you, though. I appreciate
Yeah.
F for effort, actually.
I even sat on it and told Khilli like one of them is squeaky, and I thought it passed a squeak check. Yeah.
For if the listener doesn't know, Khilli is 300 pounds.
Yeah.
Winnie asked me today if when I go back to America, when I look at Americans, like, am I surprised at how fat they are? And the answer is yes. Like, they're huge. Like, my mom told me I'm skinny on FaceTime, and I'm like, everyone tells me I'm fat here, and I have like a big belly. And I would be skinny in America, but you have no idea. Like, it's not an exaggeration how big Americans are.
You know, I haven't kicked us off yet. Right? Welcome to Fear of Stars, Desi Films Decoded, the podcast where four friends from different backgrounds unlock the world of Desi cinema. I'm Winnie, the Desi who's never been to India.
Hi, I'm Khilli. I'm from India and I love films and I'm not a zombie.
Hi, my name is Nicky and I love to party and sometimes I turn into a zombie at these parties.
I'm Adam. I'm the American movie buff. And yeah, I learned that Russian mafia parties are the best. Is that true? Nikki?
I've always had an inkling that some parties are backed by the mafia, but I wouldn't know if they're the best.
Have you been to a private island party?
I've been to an island party, yeah. Yeah, actually I have. It's in Go Goa Gone, which is similar, right? I mean, there's some parallels. Some people say, you know, there's a huge Russian mafia community there, allegedly, along with some Israelis and all that. You
Yeah,
know?
it's a really cool group of people.
Yeah,
it's where
totally.
the full moon parties are for
is.
people that aren't aware.
True that.
Were there magic pills going around at these parties?
Oh yeah, 100%. A lot of things. I wouldn't say they're like they give you the ultimate high, but then they give you like a certain good high.
It doesn't really get you to the zombie state you're
No,
hoping for,
I
huh?
mean there are things that I feel like we can achieve that through like I don't know fentanyl, which I don't like by the way. I don't.
Have you ever been to a party where they like test new drugs on the people there?
Oh, that's so ridiculous.
Like it's in every movie. They're like, we're introducing a new drug to this party, and I've like never seen a party where they're like, everyone tests out this brand new drug, and everyone's like, yeah, give it to me. I have no idea what this is. Like that's crazy. I think.
I don't think I'm underground enough to know if there are those kinds of parties.
Yeah, we're just not cool enough to get invited to these parties.
I know. But you know one idea? Remember, Winnie, how you keep saying that we should go to Goa
Yeah.
and party? Yeah.
I do want to go to Goa.
I think this movie really sold it. I don't know for you guys, but I'm ready to go party in Goa.
For me, it was always Imagine as Light. Those hot service workers that were going to Goa, I want to go hook up with them. So that was like my first reason. But this second movie cemented it.
I heard this film was shot in Mauritius.
Mauritius, yeah.
Oh, really?
Only some
Yeah.
scenes
That makes
were
sense,
like
that makes
Goa, yeah.
But they had a lot of Indians there.
Well, Mauritius is an island that there's a lot of Indo-Caribbean, so a lot of people from Indian ethnicity backgrounds and Africans. So yeah, it's a mixture.
What movie are we talking about?
Yeah. What is this? This is a hint. Goa. Keely, what is the movie?
Go Goa Gone.
Go Goa Gone.
You
The
recommended
only-
this.
Yeah, it's the only zombie films made in India.
And a stoner comedy too. So like a stoner zombie comedy, which is probably very rare and the first for Indian cinema.
So, okay, I don't know if you guys will get this reference. When I was watching it, to me, it was Workaholics meets Dead Island.
I've seen a bit of Workaholics.
And
Adam Devine, right?
correct. Have
Yeah.
you seen Workaholics?
No.
I'm surprised. It was like on Comedy Central about
Right.
three dudes in a call center. They're like friends.
They made like a Netflix movie here and there too together. I forgot the name.
It was a big show. And then, you know Dead Island, the video game.
Yeah, the video game. Who do you
It
do,
seemed
you
like
bitch?
both of those mashed together, right? And I checked, and they both of those properties, one was a TV show, one was a video game. Dead Island is like a zombie game that takes place on like a tropical island.
It is, yeah.
And Workaholics is like three dudes at a call center, and they just combined those. Both those properties came out in 2011, and then this movie came out in 2013.
Yeah.
So I guarantee that they saw both of those and were like, all right, do it.
You see, I thought it was a mixture of like Harold and Kumar meets Zombieland, because you have that stoner comedy with two best friends who are on an adventure trying to figure something out or have like a motive, and then you have the zombie component, which is like Zombieland. I don't know what year Zombieland came out,
Zombie-
but Harold and Kumar was much older for sure.
Zombieland was 2009.
Yeah, I saw that.
So
as
they
a
must have
combo.
seen that too.
I mean, it has a bunch of influences for sure.
Yeah.
I was surprised at how, we talked about it, how Western it is and how liberal they are. Like, they're smoking weed the whole time, but there's not even ratings on the movie to account for that. So they keep saying like cigarettes are bad for your health, even though they're showing like joints and stuff. And I was like, they don't even have like advisory messages that are advanced enough for this movie.
True.
Yeah. There was a scene where the guy was starting to make out with the woman in like an office setting, and I was telling Khilli, like, whoa, this was allowed back in Bollywood movies.
It has everything. It has like promiscuous sex. It has like, women sleeping around, like women in bikinis, drug use, excessive drug use, like violence, swearing. It was super
Rad.
Western, I guess I want to say.
I guess I haven't felt this way about movies since Delhi Belly, and there is a common thread.
Yeah. I looked up the movie, and one movie that people keep comparing it or like grouping up together is Delhi Belly. Maybe because of its like offbeat humor. I'm quoting this now, and it's like it has like a very unique style of filming.
And
Virdas.
Yeah.
Shai, good point.
Yeah. And it's like when we were starting the film, like so we were like smoking some. Okay, and then there was
Crack cocaine.
no,
We can mention
some weed for our like headache and stuff, and then
It was the exact same scene. There
in
are
the
two
exact same
friends.
scene, these two people looking at TV and they're smoking two joints, and we are on the side of the TV smoking a joint, like sitting in the same position, and like we're smoking. It was like so super funny.
I love the movie from that second.
It was very like you instantly get the whole friendship dynamic. I do really like that first scene when they're all like smoking weed and fighting over like who paid what and who should take out the trash, and they like list each other's grievances and stuff, and you immediately get the dynamic of these three people that like hate each other but also have grown up together and can't live without each other, and so they're just like always going to be in each other's lives, probably fighting all the time, but like it's very like loving. It was fun.
So like this podcast.
Yeah, it's exactly like this. Well, that's why they were staring at the mirror watching it.
It was hilarious. Yeah, but their banter was golden. It made the movie, like the dialogue between them was so rich and witty and funny.
They're a bunch of lazy stoners that don't want to do anything, and they work some dead-end job at a call center, right?
I thought it's like a IT. I mean, it can be call center because call center they usually have the phone.
You're right. It's a
to
white
here.
collar. They're all in like a white collar office job.
Yeah.
But they go through massive ups and downs because like they'll be partying hard and say, okay, I'm gonna quit everything. I'm gonna quit alcohol, drugs, partying, and then next thing you know, I'm gonna go all out. I'm gonna party as much as you can.
This movie takes a lot of cues from like the Apatow films. You know,
That's right.
like
Yes.
Knocked Up and 40-Year-Old, where it's like, or Pineapple Express. It reminded me a lot of like, weed's fun, but like it's time to grow up as well, and like what kind of being an adult and moving on from that looks like.
I don't know. I thought Khilli and I thought
don't
this
do
movie
that.
was like an endorsement of weed. Just say no to other drugs, but weed's okay.
No, I didn't see it like
don't
that.
take random pills.
Yeah,
I
but
don't
everything in moderation, and when to move on and, grow as an adult. It doesn't mean you don't have to smoke weed, but you have to like, start having agency in your life, I think.
Baba Ji Puti.
True. That's the journey of Hardik.
Correct.
Right? Yeah.
So let's introduce the characters, yeah?
So you have your typical, like any other good stoner comedy, you have like a group of dim-witted like stoner friends. They're all two of them are stoners, to be exact. You have like the two main characters, right? One is called Hardik. He's like the most promiscuous guy. He's like a what we would call a fuckboy.
Playboy.
He likes to sleep around, like tries to be Johnny Bravo, tries to womanize. He's a womanizer, basically. And the other one is Love. He's like the hopeless romantic. He's like the guy that's like easily like smitten with any girl who comes to talk to him. But they're both stoners. They love to just smoke some weed, and like, you see it in a lot of Western movies.
The names are very on the nose. Like Hardik
Hardik.
has a hard dick the entire movie, and it's just horny. And then Love, L-U-V, just falls in love with
Falls
every
in
girl.
love.
Oh my
It's
gosh, I
pretty on
didn't
the
put that
nose.
together.
Yeah, exactly. Pretty on the nose.
Because
And
it's a stoner one. They have to really make it
Yeah.
unsubtle for you.
that's the thing with a lot of Indian movies, I feel. I don't know. Okay.
It's like, you know what it is? It's like a Kojima game where it's like Death Man. And
Yeah.
And
Fat
like,
Man.
Yeah,
There
Fat
was a
Man
Fat Man.
and like
Bam.
certain characters.
There was
So
a-
that happens in Indian films a lot. Like they hammer the nails a lot of time, and
Yeah.
then like there where the silence can work or like so no dialogue needed. Like they would extra put a dialogue over the visual to make it like super obvious. Yeah, that's like a Bollywood commonality. Yeah.
What's the third roommate's name?
And there's a third roommate. He's not like the other two. His name is Bunny. He
See,
serves.
Bunny, he's like a little innocent,
he's a
you know,
little bunny.
little
Bunny.
chubby.
He's like the one in.
He has big ears and fucks a lot.
He's the goody two shoes in the dynamic, right? He's the smart one, the uptight dude that just is their bitch.
He takes the job seriously, and he got them their jobs. It's later revealed.
Yeah.
So like he's the responsible one that keeps taking care of them, but they bring the fun for him because he's antisocial without them.
But when they were floundering, like in front of zombies, he was the first one to fight the zombies like super hardcore, like
He's the most
punching. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you have I'll get in the plot later, but like you have the female lead, Luna, who I feel is only good at taking her clothes off.
Jeez.
No.
Every shot okay, I know it sounds weird, but like every shot that I see her, she's always taking her shirt off.
Wait, except for the one scene where they're doing like, have you been bitten by zombies check? When did she take her clothes off?
She's always taking
Well,
her
she's in her bikini the whole time.
Yeah, but like it's all
Oh yeah, the introduction scene. She was in the.
that was a joke,
in the
but like yeah,
bikini.
that's,
But amongst the apart from Boris, she is the first one to kill a zombie.
yeah.
Interesting note. So this actress won Miss India Universe.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
And then she placed, I think the year later, in America for Miss India.
Wow. Well, she is pretty. She is gorgeous.
Yeah, she's pretty.
It's Luna. So a nice
Because they
name.
needed a full moon party.
Oh my goodness.
And then there's another character, which I think it's weird that he's like in every promotional material you see, he's like supposed to be the main character, the lead actor, but his name is Boris. Boris.
He's the director, right,
Boris.
Khilli? He's the director.
He was a producer.
He was the
He's the
producer?
producer.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why he made himself look so cool.
So cool.
Basically like a
Boris.
game character.
So anyone understand Russian here? Or like
No,
how
dude.
they sound? No.
But-
No, because I want to know like how good his imitation was of Russian.
I mean, he imitated a white man pretty well. This is basically an Indian man pretending to be a white Russian man.
All right,
He had blonde hair.
There's my question again. Is it whitewashing or anything? Is it
No, I mean he comes out at the end that he's just
Well, can you explain to the listener, first of all, like this character?
okay? Boris is like we'll get back into the beginning, but like throughout the film, they go to this island, right? And then they meet like this Russian mobster who's like kind of like the sole perpetrator of the cataclysm of the sequence of events that happened in the movie. We thought he's Russian, but then it turns out like not long after we find out that he's actually Indian, who's like just been ingrained into the Russian mob. That's from my understanding.
Well, he says that he drank so much vodka, his blood basically turned into Russian.
Yeah, his blood turned Russian because he drank so much vodka, and he dyed his hair blonde, has sunglasses, wears like the Russian clothes, and speaks in a Russian accent. But did you think something was up with his appearance when you first saw him, or did you think he was Russian?
I legit thought he was Russian. Honestly, he had me fooled.
Well, Khilli knew he was Saif Ali Khan.
yeah. So I know he's
Yeah.
Saif Ali Khan. So I was like something is up about him. Like I didn't. So at first, like I was like, really, like he's playing a Russian character because in India, like there are a lot of Russians. Like I've seen Russians playing characters in Bollywood films. I'm like. So they just got like an Indian guy, so something must be off. So I think they were kind of wanted to give that sense in audience, like Indian audience, that like something is off. Like when you see Saif Ali Khan playing a Russian dude, but like yes, hearing from Nicky that like he thought he was Russian. That's a good thing because he doesn't know who he is.
I didn't know
Yeah,
either.
I
I didn't
didn't
know.
know.
He looked funny. He is loving this role. Like he looks like he's having a blast.
Yeah.
Like he like clearly as the producer was like, I want to do that. I want to be on the poster. Like I just want to have fun being Boris. Did you know, Winnie?
Well, yeah, because I watched the movie with Khilli, so he was like, "That's Saif Ali Khan." And I was like, ah.
Good job, Khilli. You ruined it right
once
away.
you point it out, it's pretty obvious to tell.
Would you
but
not? be like have understood that he's Saif Ali Khan, but maybe like later.
No, I don't know. I feel like he still looked brown but his skin looked bronze. I think I would have maybe thought it was like a mixed kid. I would not have been able to tell that's Saif Ali Khan. Maybe like a halfie.
As far as like, is it, cultural appropriation? It's so hard. I kind of always lean towards if you're punching down, it's bad, and if you're punching up, it's fine. Between India and Russia, though, I don't know who's punching up or down.
Yeah, that's
the
so
confusing
interesting.
part,
I don't know. Does anyone have a better answer?
I think they're punching up pretty much here.
It
I
wasn't.
would
It wasn't
think-
like making fun of a Russian.
Right.
That's true.
And then he comes out as
It's-
Indian like pretty early on in the movie, and it becomes kind of like a joke that this Indian man is pretending to be Russian.
Yeah, I think they wanted to do the joke and also save the stick, like kind of a way, like do the joke, but like do in a like we were aware that like we are doing that joke kind of way. So it's like that kind of role playing here.
Yeah.
Like so they wanted like he wanted to, let's say like he's a producer, he might have wanted to do like okay. I was thinking like maybe the writer wrote it as a Russian character and he's a producer and he saw that. I was like, I want to play that. And they're like, no, but you cannot play that character. He's like a Russian character. And he's like, I can pretend to be a Russian because that's super cool character. I can see like, I'm just like,
This is probably his only
Gazing
opportunity in
this,
life
like,
to
not
be a
gay.
white man, and he just like jumped on it.
Yeah.
he says at one point that I was like towards the lighter color. So
Yeah,
I
he
thought,
did say
I mean,
that.
which is like contextually not wrong. Like in Saif Ali Khan is like pretty much lighter skin color than average Indians for sure.
It reminds me of Tropic Thunder. That's where I was getting at. Robert Downey Jr.
was
playing a
also-
black guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was about to say that.
Yeah, I mean, in Tropic Thunder, people always bring that up, and they're like, could they have made that today? But yes, because he's not playing a black person. He's playing an actor playing a black character, and
Right.
that's the joke.
Right.
Is like he's being a pretentious actor who's like Australian. Like that's the joke. This, yeah, kind of too. Like he's not playing a Russian. He's playing a dude pretending to be Russian, which makes it a little bit funnier because you're making fun of the Indian character pretending to be Russian. I don't know.
Yeah. I
I
kind
didn't
of
feel dirty watching it, so
No,
I think
no,
it's
no,
fine.
I didn't find it offensive.
I didn't find it offensive. I just wondered, like, is there like a thin line somewhere?
But like the
It's very
whitewashing
thin.
aspect.
If a white guy did like he's like, I'm a cool Indian. Yeah, he'd be canceled immediately, obviously. Like Justin Trudeau pulled that off and it didn't really work.
Well, kind of what you said about punching up or down, right?
Yeah.
There is a dynamic in the historical context also, especially in India, that you have to be aware of.
This is more like punching parallel.
Well, in the context of just seeing pictures of Modi and Putin holding hands,
yeah,
it does check out.
It's Agent Smith versus Neo just kind of hitting each other in the face.
So this film was directed by this director duo Raj and DK. So it's like two people, like director duo. I remember watching one of their films before that. It's called Shore in the City. That was also like it's a very cool film. It's like bunch of characters in Mumbai and then like things happening. Kind of an anthology treatment in a film, like multiple characters and then their stories and then they all coming together kind of a film. And that was pretty fun. And this is the second film, I guess, second feature-length film, I guess.
Have
from
they done
them.
anything else since?
Yeah. They have done a web series that been very popular in India called The Family Man. It's about some undercover agent or something, or being a family man, and so that was quite a hit. I saw a lot of ruckus around it, but I never watched it though.
Did you see when the credits were starting up for this film? Like, number one, they have a ton of sponsorships to pay for everything, but then it was like sponsored by Volkswagen and it stars a Volkswagen car.
Yeah.
Did you see that? It's like
did.
starring this Volkswagen car. I was
think-
like, damn.
I think it was the car they used to go to Goa.
Yeah.
That was the
But
ride.
the car didn't seem very nice.
No, it was just a regular ass car.
Like, it didn't seem like an advertisement. It didn't seem great, or it kept getting into like car trouble too. So I don't really know why that was starring that car.
Maybe Volkswagen was targeting the customer base that just wants a small
Stoners
family.
that have no money.
The small family car, like like a small hatchback. They just want. I mean, that's a big market in India, like small hatchbacks. And Volkswagen might have been like seen as like like a bigger, like a better company, more expensive company. So they're like kind of okay. We have like a cozy car. You can just go buy.
Yeah, but the whole time, because that is in the very beginning of the film, and I'm just waiting for the car to do something cool. And it just never does. Because I'm like, there's got to be a moment where like, that's a cool car. Like they get out of a scene or they drive through a wall or something. Nothing.
They did kill a bunch of zombies in the car.
Is that how you want to like advertise the car though? Like I don't know.
Let's
They
run
can,
over
like,
people.
They can,
That-
like plow people over.
Wasn't that Boris's car? Was that?
That was a Jeep. That was a Jeep.
Yeah,
I
it's a
think.
Boris'
Yeah,
car.
it looked way cooler with the
Right,
scissor
right,
doors
that's
and
true.
shit.
That
I
was
Yeah.
under
That's
the
amazing.
Volkswagen.
And that got free advertising. And this shitty ass Volvo got nothing.
Yeah.
There's one thing I want to mention, right, for me, is that there was like a huge blast in the past for me at the very beginning. The thing that they were watching, Indian Thriller. That's what they're called.
Oh yeah,
that's
that's
the
what the movie
meme.
started.
Yeah, what
Girly
was
man.
that? Yeah,
It-
thank you.
It was like a music video that back in my school we used to spread this clip everywhere. We're saying like, "Oh my god, look at this Indian Thriller." That's what we called it.
Oh.
And that's what it's called. But then I never thought I'd see the clip again. Like they were watching it. But I think it's from a movie.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I don't know. It's like an old movie. I mean, I even Googled Indian Thriller and it'll come up. Literally, if you just Googled Indian Thriller, that's
never-
like the first thing that'll come up.
Yeah. I never watched it, but like it looked very meme worthy. Yeah.
It's like you can tell like the guy was wearing like Michael Jackson's
Yeah.
famous red outfit from Thriller.
It is funny. I mean, this is 2013.
Right.
How are they watching this? There's no, like, on the TV. I don't know how they're doing this yet. It's like a weird VHS tape.
YouTube.
I think.
Channel.
On a TV, though? I don't know.
Yeah.
HDMI. There were already HDMI.
Some
cables.
laptop hooked into
Yeah.
a TV.
Yeah. If you want to go into the technicalities, that's probably
Okay, thank
it.
you. We can move
Yeah.
on now.
Okay, all right,
That was
okay.
my big hang up of the movie.
All right.
They couldn't change. Oh no, it was on a TV because they wanted to change
the channel.
channel.
So there
There
we
was
go.
just cable.
Okay.
There was just cable. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez, Adam, Indians are civilized people.
Oh, wow, they have
What?
cable.
They're
I was like,
there's
how is that
TV?
possible?
No, because I think Adam was thinking from the like a meme point
yeah,
of view.
yeah. It was like,
Yeah, like
where would
how
the
we-
media be playing?
How we watch like YouTube or something like that. Funny that now. But yeah, maybe they were like that cinema was on, that film was on in some channel.
Back in the day, you just talked about memes because like there was no way to show your friends what you were talking about. You know?
Actually, that's 2013. That's when you were in high school, Nicky. So this meme was probably going viral at about that time. This movie
No.
was made.
Actually, I was in college by then, but like the clip was circulating even way before that.
Yeah.
When I was
Do
in
you
middle school.
remember like which years?
Yeah, you were in college in 2013.
I was in college in 2013.
So it does add up.
Uh,
I know
You're
Nick
not a
was
liar, I
timeline
guess.
more.
no, but the clip
No,
is
no,
like
no.
literally like
Like
it went
legendary.
viral around like 2006, 2007.
Yeah. That's what I was
It had to
asking.
be around that time.
I was just curious, because I didn't know, and so it's like it's very interesting that it was like viral in Thailand as well.
I
Yeah.
remember my bully quoting the song "Gurli man, 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 man." He was like that.
Well, Nicky
Literally.
had a lot of Thai Indian friends. Let's put context in that too.
Actually, it was a lot of Thai people. I think we were being a little racist about it, but okay.
yeah, that tends to happen in
Everyone
schools in
that
Thailand.
showed Indian Thriller was making fun of.
Yeah,
Indian culture.
for
I,
sure.
I thought it was cool. I don't know. I guess maybe I saw it a little differently. Not to toot my own horn.
Congrats,
about
you're
how
not
mu-
racist. Nikki.
About how
You-
much of
you
a
win-
contrarian I can be. I'm kidding.
You win the not racist award.
Okay, so anyway, okay, let's just get into it. So like right straight out the bat, we know they're stoners. They're like sitting in your typical couch, looking all baked, having a lot of food and snacks. I was looking for a bong, but there was no bong.
Yeah, just joints, right?
No, there was a bong on the table and a hookah as well, a shisha
Okay.
pipe.
It's
Yeah,
a bong, but they never smoked a bong.
they didn't smoke
Yeah.
the bong. Yeah.
But yeah, it was confusing at first because it keeps saying like what Adam said. Like, cigarettes are bad for you, but like they're clearly smoking weed just
Yeah.
by the way they were behaving. Like you could tell they're smoking weed
Including from the trash.
from the trash.
It's so funny if they like do bong rips and they're like cigarettes are bad for you. You're like,
Yeah, I
okay.
think they don't have advisory messaging for it's only cigarettes and alcohol. Yeah.
So then
That's what I said. It's an endorsement of weed.
It's a pro endorsement of weed.
drugs
Yeah.
in general.
What did they say? They're in the joint party. Remember that joke he was saying? Like you're in the BJP, the something
Yeah,
joint
yeah.
party.
Bharatiya Joint Party. It's
Yeah.
like Bharatiya Janata Party is BJP who is in power right
Pretty
now. And there's like you will open like Bharatiya Joint Party. Yeah, that was fun. And also like even in the song, like they were again and again saying that weed is better than alcohol in the lyrics of the like Baba Ji Ki Booty song.
Uh-huh.
So I think they were kind of endorsing weed a lot in this
Okay.
film.
Just quickly too, is weed grown in Goa?
I don't know, because whenever I went to Goa, like I never found like good quality of weed there.
Okay.
I assume there's a big drug scene in Goa though, because that's where there's a lot of raves and parties, like psytrance, so
Psytrance.
a lot of psychedelics, I assume.
Yeah. So yeah, as I was saying, two friends. They have another friend called Bunny, who's like the goody two shoes. They all work in the same company, which I'm assuming it's an IT job. And each character has their own little thing going on before the real events of the film. So I'm just gonna do a quick rundown. For Love, he's in love with this girl that he's with, which his friends say is bad news. And like
They've been together 6 months.
they've been together 6 months, and like he has plans to propose to her at this dinner at this dinner date, and he notices that there's a guy that's been watching them have dinner, and you can also tell that his partner, this woman that he's about to propose to, she's like very disinterested, doesn't want to talk to him, and you can tell you can put the two and two together, right? Just cheating on him.
And they asked him, have you had sex yet? And they haven't. He's saving it for marriage.
Yeah.
What
Very
a
pu-
lovely guy.
Very pure. But yeah, he finds out that the guy that's watching them is like her the side guy, and then like she was planning to break up with him. And so he's like heartbroken, and then he overhears the two talking that they were planning to go to Goa, and that's where it sets the events in motion, where he's like full of heartbreak and he wants to tell his friends that, maybe we should go to Goa. All right, that's for Love's arc.
I had a friend that went on a date with a Thai girl, and they went to a restaurant, and at the end of the dinner, she pointed at the booth next to them and said, "Those are my parents."
Oh, geez.
And he's like, "What?" And like, yeah, they just start waving at him, and he waves back, and the parents were just watching the date secretly the entire time.
Lord.
Oh,
And then they drove away with her, and he never spoke to her again.
Yeah.
Go
I
on.
think that's how it goes for a lot of dates for her. I don't know.
It was fucked up.
So Hard Dick, as you can tell from his name, the way I pronounce Hard Dick. They even made a joke about it. Good lord. So he's like the playboy, right? He enjoys just fucking around basically. So like during that night of the date where his friend was having, Hard Dick was like basically smoking weed in like a meeting room at their company with this secretary type character. And obviously, like, they're about to have sex, and you had like this little.
Well, no, because she actually doesn't want to have sex.
Yeah, she was just okay to kiss, I guess. But
I don't
he
know
just-
what she was winking about, because they were making out.
I think they were. She was okay with like making out, but she didn't want to have sex in the meeting room. That's why like she's like no. Like he ran away and like bought the condom,
He ran to get condoms.
and then he comes back and she's
like,
like, "Why? Like no sex?" Like kind of messaging.
Dude, the whole segment where he goes down to buy a condom and makes those remarks. Dude, that is like high school behavior, man.
I've done
Yeah.
that once.
It reminds me of high school, but like these are grown ass men.
But I didn't know India carries such a large selection of condoms. You see the guy just go on
Yeah.
different flavors,
don't
different textures. Like
I
oof.
think it's a good messaging for like using of condom as well. Like like it's because it's putting it on main screen that like
Right.
you're just making out and you're about to have sex, but like have safe sex. So
yeah,
like
yeah, that's
take
true,
like
that's
takes so
true.
much time. Like just instead of like having sex, just takes so much time to go to a shop and buy a condom
Yeah.
and
he's
then
such
come
a
back.
gentleman about it though, because he calls and asks her like, "What does she like, chocolate or strawberries?"
Jesus, no, I cringe.
so he could
at
get the
that.
correct
Good
flavor of
lord.
condoms.
Yeah,
Do you guys get nervous buying condoms?
I didn't know.
No.
Not
Okay.
any, not
Yeah,
at all.
me
Yeah.
neither.
I had like bad condom experience as well, but yeah, that's
Wait,
different.
go on.
Bad condom experience.
Yeah, it's like buying like those extra last condom. And
Extra
that-
what?
Extra lasting.
Like they last longer.
Yeah,
They say
they
extra
big-
large.
No, extra lasting.
And they were
one.
too small for me.
No, and I think they have like kind of a numbing gel that you don't orgasm, and then that was
Oh.
not very good.
Oh wow.
You bought them in bulk or what?
No, just one.
But they work.
Yeah, I mean they're condoms.
But I mean, as in you didn't feel anything and you
Yeah.
lasted
I was
forever?
like not feeling the anything, so it's like numbing gel was like I was like, what the fuck is this? Like I don't like
But
it.
that's what extra elastic was gonna do, man.
Yeah, but I had no idea. Like that was the first time, and I was not very
Oh.
experienced in like what.
Extra lasting. I thought you meant it just like expires later.
Oh no.
I didn't feel like it makes
This
you
is for my
last
bunker?
longer.
I guess I'll lose my virginity in 20 years, but it's good to buy these now. It's a
I
good
didn't know
investment.
I didn't know these existed. I thought you have to take Viagra if you wanted to
Well-
achieve that.
That doesn't necessarily help you last longer. It just helps you.
Get that up.
Yeah.
What?
Viagra.
Viagra.
Oh,
But stays up, I guess, even after you.
yeah.
Yeah. All right.
What happens next?
Hardik thought he was about to have sex with his secretary, and then as soon as there's like a little bit of like hold up with buying a condom, and so when he goes back to the office, she tells him, "No, I don't want to have sex." And then, but before anything else could happen, like their supervisor or boss walks in on them, and Hardik tries to escape through the window. And I'm assuming that he does. I mean, he does escape, but I think he's out of a job, and so that he decides to go to Goa with his friends just to party hard or whatever.
Can we just talk about the fact that he decided to jump down the building
Yeah.
instead of get caught by his boss? This guy was like half naked on the ledge of a building and just jumps.
Yeah.
I have the question, like, how did the manager guy recognize him from a tattoo on his back?
So yeah, he
on
had a
his
back
bare
tattoo and recognized him from the back tattoo.
Maybe like Facebook post or something, or like where else like a manager would see, like, or maybe office party or something like
they
that.
flashed
Yeah,
back to it, right? They showed how he remembered.
is it? I don't remember.
Was
don't
it
know.
also like a sexy scene in the office,
With
but
the-
instead of the
with the-
secretary,
He's like
it's the
fucking Hardik
boss?
from behind. I remember that back.
Yeah, but that
You
was
told me
weird.
you were gay.
That was weird, right? He did jump out the window, and then the next shot we see him like in a cast, but then they go to Goa and he's like, "I'm perfectly okay
Yeah,
now."
That's a
his
good
hands
point.
just healed overnight.
He said like I have broken my hands.
Yeah.
Like when he entered the room.
Yeah,
Right.
and then that's it. I think it's done for laughs. Like we don't have to like really look into it.
It's also
So-
like, dude, if like you're jumping out the window, but just ask the girl who stayed behind, who was that? Like just ask her. She's still in the office with the manager.
No, I think it's his office as well, so he knows like who
Yeah,
is
I know.
that.
So he's no reason to jump. You're fucked. You
I
know?
think this
Yeah,
movie's also
true.
relying on the fact that the audience is kind of high to just let certain plot
Yeah.
points go and not
And
really
he's
read
also
too
high.
much into it. Yeah, and all the
That's true.
characters
He's
are
like,
high.
oh,
jump out the window.
Very radical sense in his head.
I'll just
yeah.
never go back to work, and I'll never get fired.
Yeah.
So yeah, but how do they get to Goa? Well, that goes to the third character, right, Bunny.
The car. Oh yeah, Bunny.
Yeah, Bunny has like a big presentation. So you can tell that Bunny is in a higher job position than the other two, and apparently like he gets accepted for some presentation, and he needs to go to Goa. So then like the group decides that, hey, let's use your car and party our asses off, and that's how. Yeah, they go to Goa to forget their troubles, and I guess somewhere along the way, Love in Goa meets this girl named Luna, who, by the way, she says she recognizes him because Love is such a popular Facebook user.
That was weird, right?
No,
It
that
seems like a
2,000 friends.
It seems like a culture thing, right?
yeah,
Like
that was very common in India, like having
Yeah.
like friends in like
Facebook.
friend list, like whom you have never met, but like it was like maybe common friend or something.
Yeah.
Facebook suggested you, and then
Yeah.
like you become their friends on Facebook. So that's why like people used to have like so many people they never met,
Yeah.
but on Facebook. So there was like a term called Facebook friend a lot in India.
It was
So-
like that for me as well in my
Ah.
school. We had a lot of Facebook
And this
friends.
is 2013, so it's like the peak of Facebook
Yeah.
also.
And he updates everything that happens to his life on
Yeah,
Facebook.
like I just got broken up with.
Oh, that's also very realistic.
Yeah.
Actually, like the
Yeah.
people used to post those kind of things, like like motivational and like sad and like just plays like what music they're playing and like put the link or something like that. So that was a very common thing to do on Facebook, and so yeah, that felt like very realistic. That she knows what he's going through even without meeting him, and they suddenly meet in Goa.
And obviously, Love, being the hopeless romantic, he falls for Luna. Tries to really get with her. Tries to say, "Hey, I'm over my girlfriend now."
After one day.
After one day, and then Luna, she's not interested. But she did mention that there's this cool underground rave party happening in Goa, and then that everyone should get in on it. And then
and it's run by the Russian mafia.
it's run by the Russian. That's really important. It's run by the Russian mafia. And so they, Love's like, yo, Hardik and Bunny, let's go to this party and, get wasted. And
Yeah, because also Hardik is convinced Love to like get over his ex by like fucking a random woman or something.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's like, you got to go out and party. That's kind of why they're going to Goa. You need to get over this. I need to hide from my job. Bunny needs to give his presentation. So this is like all their reason for going. And so Love is trying to do that. He's like, I want to get with Luna, so I'm going to go to the party.
Yeah. What they didn't anticipate is that the secret rave party that they're going to is actually not in Goa, but like on a secluded island away from Goa.
Yeah.
Right? So they have to travel by boat. And, Bunny didn't want to go, and because he has the presentation, they're like, oh, Bunny, don't be a pussy, as many dude bros tend to say, and stuff like that. And yeah, they end up at the party, and we get this
Importantly, they have to charter their own boat.
Oh yeah, that's true.
No one will take them there, so they rent their own boat and they give Bunny's car as collateral.
Yeah,
and so they take the one boat themselves to that island.
Yeah, and that's the last we see of the Volkswagen car.
That's weird. Volkswagen like pissed their money away on that.
So yeah, they end up on the island, and you get like this montage of like, oh, typical rave party scene. Like,
very unrealistic.
It's like
what would make it more realistic?
I don't know. This is maybe like things that goes on people's head when they're high as fuck and they're thinking like rave like that. But like if you're sober, if you look at a rave, like no, I'd never seen a rave that looks like that kind of.
I don't know. I kind of did see
style.
it, maybe in a way. I don't know.
They were dancing a lot.
They were getting high. They were like,
it's like
smoking.
Girls making out, like some guy's fantasy of a rave.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like in Hedonist Island or something. But yeah, anyway, they're like getting all high. Hardik is looking up with some, I think it's like a white girl or something. Mm-hmm. Love is trying to get with Luna, and then in the midst of all this party, there's like this new drug that's going around. It's shaped like a red pill. I thought it was funny. It's like red pillars, and
yeah, that's like it
was pretty funny. But
they
like
saw The Matrix, and they hate women. It makes sense.
Yeah, everyone is like they're just serving it on a platter, and everyone is just taking this red pill.
But it costs 5,000 rupees.
It's very expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, for 2013, 5,000. It's not everyone can afford easily.
And that's the only reason I think Hardik was offered it, and that's the only reason he turned it down when he realized
had,
it
like,
cost
few
5,000.
I think like even if the drug was like 1,000 rupee, he couldn't have afforded it. Like he had like few coins in his pocket.
Yeah, I mean, that made me laugh. That was pretty funny.
Yeah.
So they couldn't afford it, so they're like off that red pill. So what we start to notice, we as the audience, we get to see like the effects that this drug is having. Everyone is just slowly like, you can tell like they're like getting high. It's almost like fentanyl type of high, where they're just standing there like all like awkward and like shit-faced out of their heads. And that happened overnight. Our characters come to, and then they realize that, to put it simply, like all the people who took that drug, they're now zombies.
Yeah, what's interesting is they say they keep calling them Evil Deads.
Evil Deads, yeah.
Which is very interesting, because like this movie's taking place in a world with movies and zombie movies.
I think from their conversation, the point was that Indian people, like most of them apart from Hardik, didn't see any zombie films. So they're not, so it's like zombies being imported to India. Like zombies, this film is importing zombie to India. But like they were all talking about like, is it vampire? Because vampire is a big export. Okay, I mean Indians knows about vampire. And then like, okay, Evil Dead, because Evil Dead was one of the horror film that was very popular in India. And then like they're like, what is this? Because and then Hardik is like, I think it's zombie, because like other two of them, like they don't know what zombie is. So that's why they were like going one after another, like what it could be, like because zombie doesn't come to their mind.
And it's interesting, I mean, because a lot of zombie movies are always like, what are these things? And we have to like go, through the beginning every single time. Like they never heard what a zombie is, right? And they're like, how are these people, coming back from the dead? And this is like, boom, they're zombies. We know what to do, and I like that.
And
it's
they
like
blame
we all know
foreigners.
what zombies are. Let's just skip to this.
But they blame foreigners for bringing zombies in, right? Yeah, like Khilli was saying, importing.
They call it globalization.
Globalization, exactly.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, I think like the movie was very self-aware in its commentary on things, and like we know like we are doing this kind of way.
I'm gonna get into this one scene that really like summarizes an aspect of the movie, in my opinion, right? It's like they couldn't figure out what's wrong with everyone on the island at first, right? And then they meet like this knife-wielding Russian dude, and he was just like speaking in Russian when they could have easily like he could have explained it in English or something.
And there's no subtitles.
And there's no subtitles, but I thought
They ask for it. Like, where is the subtitle?
yeah, they even said, where are the subtitles? It was so funny. But like, he was trying to explain it through like showing them, right? And like, I shit you not, I remember this scene. It's like the guy literally is like having his back turned, and then all of a sudden there's like a zombie right behind him. And I shit you not, I feel like everyone's situational awareness is just not there. It's literally right there, right behind. Like, the characters didn't even tell the Russian to turn around or stop. It's like the zombie just spawned right near him.
It's very video game influence.
Very like
No, but throughout the movie, these characters are so dumb. So many
Yeah.
scenes I was watching, I was getting so frustrated. Like, their intelligence extended to the fact that they figured out it was zombies. Beyond that, how they interacted with the zombies was so stupid.
Yeah, so-
Even when they tried to go and talk to them, like, oh yeah, she was my love last night. Let me try to talk to her.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, that
Fucking
was
That's so
zombie.
stupid.
that was so
I
dumb.
I think the film draws a lot of comedy elements of just to these main two characters being dumb. Like,
Yeah.
I like the fact like where these two main characters, whoever they are mocking in some point of in the film, actually comes up with actual solutions and like actual like results with actions. Like, the girl kills the first zombie, like Bunny finds out like how to kill the zombie, like de-arm the zombies. So it's like, and these two people being hero, and then there is also this self-aware joke like Bunny makes, like, you guys are like hero and then you will be alive, but I am like this sidekick character of a friend, like I'm gonna die. And like, you all think he dies at one moment.
It's Dumb and Dumber, yeah.
There's that Steve Jobs quote on the wall in their office where he says, what do we know and what have we learned? And they keep like using that in the movie. And the very first time they're like, what do we know and what have we learned? They're like, well, we know nothing and we learned shit. And that kind of sums up their whole journey in the movie.
It is a stoner comedy. after
LinkedIn
Yeah.
post.
all.
Yeah. They use a LinkedIn quote to like guide their experience because they just know nothing.
So instead of like escaping the island, Love being the hero that he is, sees like this flare in a secluded house up on the hill, and he believes it's Luna. So then they decide to rescue her, of course. And that's when Luna joins, right? And not just that, they meet, the shining star, right? They meet Boris and Nikolai, two Russian mobsters that are like trying to like exterminate everyone in their path, trying to get out of the island alive. And let's just talk about Boris, the character. He's like, he says a lot of one-liners. There's like some dumb one-liners. There's this one that I can remember right away. It's so like, it made me cringe and laugh at the same time. It's like he sneaks up on a car and the fucking zombie is like tied to this seatbelt, and so the zombie cannot get him, and he says, seatbelts do save lives, our lives. And I'm like, oh my god.
He even does like groaner Russian jokes and stuff.
He also said like, I'll be back, like Arnold style, I'll be back.
This guy's having a blast. I mean,
Yeah.
this guy's super fun. I would watch like the Boris Adventures if I could.
Yeah, again, like a PSA in the film. So many PSAs in the film. Like, use seatbelts, use condoms, like, don't do drugs. Oh, nice. I love this.
Boris is like not Russian as we are led to believe. He's actually, Indian, and he did explain, like Khilli said.
Yeah, he's
like,
from Delhi. Yeah.
Delhi and stuff. And at first we thought he was gonna be like, this asshole is gonna fuck them over, but no, he's kind of like he's like the badass of the group.
And they
Like,
keep
the
letting
hard-
him down.
Yeah.
Like, he has good ideas and they should go like help him, and like he goes to secure a car and they can't even like get the boat, like we said, because
Yeah.
Hardik like wants to go talk to this girl he tried to fuck the night before.
Or
Like,
my favorite is when he gives them guns and he's like, be careful, like one bullet, one zombie. We have to be like economical about this. And they just like see one zombie and spew all the
Nice.
bullets and do not even kill the zombie.
Yeah.
That scene was very representative of how dumb this duo
Yeah.
is.
and very 2013, they're like, no, we know how to use guns. We play Call of Duty.
Oh my god, they made a Call of Duty reference. Oh my god, that's so gamer
Yeah.
right there. It's such a gamer thing to say. And it's like, Yeah, like what Winnie said, like he actually tries to teach them to shoot, and the scene where he like yells at them in Russian for wasting so much ammo, I feel a little sense of satisfaction. Like, fucking fuckers, you deserve that.
He was
man.
basically like, I would kill you both, but I don't want to waste my bullets on you.
Yeah.
And he doesn't refill their bullets for like the whole night. That's why they don't have any guns against the zombies.
Winnie did point out he looks like a customized Tekken character.
He looks like but I think he looks like the male version of Nina because he's always carrying a gun. He's this blonde guy, and he just reminded me of male Nina. But Nina is actually Khilli's love and character. So I don't know. Do you think that's like
Yeah, I didn't see Nina
accurate?
in him though, but
No.
yeah, I can understand.
So, they meet Boris, right? And Boris does explain what the drug is. The drug is supposed to be like basically the party they're going to is supposed to be a testing ground to try out this drug.
What's the name of the drug?
It's called D2RF.
Oh.
D2RF, like down to
Down to rave.
down to
for-
rave fuck. I
Down
don't
to
know.
Raven fuck.
It was a red pill, but like I think on the montage when people were taking, I thought I saw people like splitting the pill and taking the drug from inside, and it was like a white powder.
Were they like snorting the powder inside the drug?
or like putting in some drink. I don't remember exactly what scene this was, but like I remember seeing that like they opened the capsule and then it was like some whitish powder in it.
Wouldn't it be funny if the drug sucked and it's just all these people paid a lot of money and they're just like puking and like everyone's like
Yeah.
sides are hurting. It's just like everyone wakes up in the morning and there's just like blood and vomit everywhere instead.
I mean,
Yeah.
isn't that exactly what happened?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's just not.
With the bad
Except
drug.
It doesn't feel good, is my point.
Well,
Yeah.
So he explains that this drug is supposed to give users the ultimate high. It's a better high than MDMA, than cocaine, ecstasy, everything, you name it. It's supposed to give the ultimate high. But upon finding out that people take it, when people take it, they cannot handle the high. So then it blows their brains up and turns them into mush, turns them into zombies. And he figured out that they're not eating people. It's that flesh gives them the high. Flesh is their drug.
Wow.
I'm like, okay.
Blood
is their
life force.
blood. Yeah.
So that's when you know that it's too good to be true. When they try to tell you it's better than coke, MDMA, ecstasy, don't fall for that.
This movie's very anti-designer drug.
Yeah.
They just want your like
Yeah.
meat and potatoes, mom and pop drugs. Stick to those. Stick to the stuff from the earth.
But back in 2013, I think designer drugs were not nearly as big as they are today. Yet.
The movie's quite ahead
So-
of its time.
Yeah.
Right. A lot of people would say that.
A lot of
Genius.
people are saying that. More and more people are saying
it
that.
predicts about red pill.
I don't think it did because The Matrix literally did that in 1999.
No, but that was like a totally good way. Like red pill makes you aware of things, and they're
But
like,
that's what the red pill. That's what the MRA people think.
yeah,
they're
but
doing.
but when from an outsider's perspective, red pills like makes you a zombie. Like when we
Yes,
talk
yeah.
about in pop culture, red pill references, like red pill makes you like kind of a brain dead. So this is what happens in the film. Like red pills kind of make them like kind of brain dead. And
Movies
like,
ahead of his time.
movie's super ahead of its time.
Pre-fentanyl.
I feel like that is something you say when you're like really stoned. What if it's an allegory for red pills?
I told Winnie, there's that movie. What's that movie with Bradley Cooper with the drugs?
Oh, Limitless.
Limitless. It's a really stupid
Yeah.
movie though because
It's a dumbass movie.
I like that movie.
it's stupid because he gets the pills and then the plot of the movie is he runs out and then quickly has to try to find out where to get the new pills from, right? But like literally if you take a pill and it makes you smarter, the first thing you're going to do is like, where do I get more?
yeah.
Right? Like if you're a crack addict, like literally your first thought is, how do I get more? This will run out. And he's somehow like incredibly smart and doesn't understand like finite amount of capsules will mean he can't take anymore. And it's a surprise to him. Fuck that. That doesn't make any sense.
Drug enabler.
Like you can't be smart if you don't understand that like one day you'll have 0 of these and you are surprised.
Yeah, it's
And that's
like
why the zombies in this movie.
Anyways,
Yeah.
go on.
Very
Sorry.
smart.
So where were we?
Oh
Pause kicking
gosh,
in.
the shots.
Luna is basically like, taking a rest, and Love wants to check up on her.
Oh gosh. Yeah.
And then it's like the most cringiest scene ever because he's like thinking that there's a moment
this is the third time now.
Yeah.
There's been 2 other moments he's whiffed on where like he's gone for a move and she's like, no, that's not it. And so there's already been 2 times where he screwed this up.
And also what's funny is because in that moment, he came to apologize about the other 2 moments when he
Yeah.
tried to make a move. And at the end, she's like, okay. And he's like, trying to like wait. He's like, well, is this not a moment?
Yeah.
So of course he did not mean his
Like,
apology
he keeps trying
at
to
all.
fuck her and she
Yeah.
keeps completely calling him out for it.
I think that's really funny though. It's like kind
Yeah.
of clever. Like I feel like it parallels some guys who don't get the hint. Like men and women can't be friends kind of
Yeah.
mentality.
And also just, you can ask. She'll tell you, like I do like the communication she has. She puts up with this a lot because she's hot, and so all these guys are just constantly hitting on her. And Hardik is, by the way, hitting on her this entire time as well.
Try. So like when he was done, okay, so it's not the moment, so he leaves her alone, and then Hardik comes in, and he was like trying to get his way with her by saying like bragging about how many the body count.
2 to 300.
2 to 300.
2 to
What a loser.
300.
What a loser! And then like we get like this quick scene where he like just bursts down into tears, and he said like he explains that the excuse was that he can't get over this love of his life. Who, by the way, I looked up the woman that appears in the flashback. It's actually his wife in real
Oh.
life.
Sweet.
Soha Ali Khan.
Yeah.
She was in Rang the Basanti.
Ah, yeah.
the
Was
pilot's,
she?
the dead pilot's wife,
Ah, okay. Yeah, that is her.
Okay.
like fiance. Yeah,
It's all
yeah, yeah.
connected.
Oh.
So
That's cute.
she ditched him and then went with the pilot.
Okay, so yeah, he's trying to explain that like
But did you feel like that was a lie? Do you feel like he was like making up a story for her and he's used that excuse with a bunch of other
yeah,
women?
we don't know actually.
Could be.
because he tried to like get with her using like the sympathy
He
card.
tried to
Yeah.
immediately get with her after that story, so I do feel like he's just rehearsed this.
Maybe,
Could
yeah.
be.
But yeah, like he's trying to do the sympathy card. She rebuffs him, and I think I like the whole scene is because like I was actually thinking that maybe she'll like fall for one of them for rescuing her, but no, none of that actually happens. She just rebuffs them, and they're like just friends.
But what I find really confusing about this whole thing is usually you see this bro code being quite strong between 2 friends, especially when they're as close as Hardik and Luv are. There's kind of like this bros before hoes. And it's very clear that Luv is in love with Luna, right? Like he goes this whole rave because he wants to chase her. But Hardik has no problem like, hitting on Luna the moment he sees her because he realizes how hot she is. And so they're just kind of competing where he even tells Luv, like, just because you saw her first, like, doesn't mean you get admissions into it.
Yeah.
I know this
It's
is
'cause-
like so basic, but Hardik's arc is learning about consent. I'm not like at the end of the movie, he finally says like, when we need to make sure the women agree with it and stuff. Like he learns about consent in this movie.
Because the zombie chases him.
Yeah.
And he realizes what he does with women.
It's crazy.
Try.
It's crazy, but I'm not kidding. His arc is just learning about consent. It's very weird.
Yeah, that's wow.
At least he learns.
I feel like we're going too deep, but maybe it's not that deep. It's like a
That's
stoner.
the arc.
It's
That's the
stoner.
arc.
it's a nice because okay yeah, go on, because I'll say this director's other films are like very serious and characters have an arc, and I definitely like, I think when they made a comedy, like they made sure that characters have these things and
Right.
there's like yeah,
Keep that
metaphors and
depth
stuff.
in it.
Yeah,
amidst
but in
all
a
of
funny
the-
way, always in a
yeah.
funny way. Never became like too much serious into it. Yeah, the film doesn't take itself very seriously.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
but does this fun and digs.
So yeah, then I think at some point Boris comes back, and we find out the personal business was just a bunch of cocaine.
And before Boris comes back, there is a zombie attack in the house, and they had to run away from the house. And that's the girl first kills the zombie, and then you remember the scene where Bunny was sleeping in the
Oh my
living room.
gosh. Yeah,
and
Bunny
then
can
like
sleep.
the zombie was attacking, and then it's like these 2 guys was like just like couldn't do anything proper, just
So dumb.
just like covering him with the zombie with the bed sheet, and then like it's the girl who had to like hit him on the head and
Yeah.
kill the zombie.
Wait, they
proper.
cover him in the bed sheet and then they both jump on him.
Yeah.
So there's just
Oh
2
my
guys
God.
straggling on this zombie.
So stupid.
And it's like no plan. It's like, what's the plan next? It's like, I don't know what to do.
And then Bunny's just asleep through this entire trail.
You ever hear about soaking? How Mormons have sex when like they both lay on the bed and the friends jump around them so that they do penetration without them moving their own bodies.
What?
I
That
heard
is
of
so
it. I
fucked,
forgot the
man.
term.
Soaking.
I've not
Yeah.
heard of that, but there are a lot of like almost like gayish dynamics between Hardik and Love, and you know, like,
This and Dostana. If you get Dostana with zombies, man, that's kind of it.
but it's not really seen as gay. It's just like they love each other because they're best friends. They're like brothers almost. But like at one point they're hugging each other, and I think Bunny walks in, and Bunny's always like, "Yeah, I've always been confused about you guys."
Oh, yeah. I remember that. Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
Boris comes back and
We're all having
Yeah.
like gay fantasies in our head of them all like having a 4-way. Okay.
okay, no,
And there's
but-
maybe a zombie joins.
Oh jeez.
Luna just watches.
Before Boris comes back, they were fleeing, and then like that's the part where Khilli mentions how like Bunny was pointing out that he's going to be the side character that dies.
Yeah.
And sure enough, like when they're escaping the house, they had this idea to pretend to be the zombies.
yeah.
I think that was fucking stupid, man. Like what kind of logic is that? Like pretend to be zombies and suddenly like they don't notice
But
you.
in their defense, it was working. If he didn't
Yeah.
talk to his ex-girlfriend there, like
Yeah.
a zombie of his ex-girlfriend, it was kind of working. Like he assimilated in the zombie group, and he was like following them for a bit, and then he couldn't stop himself.
If he was doing those movements outside of that, he would have been canceled because he looks like he's like making fun of like an R word person.
yeah.
Our word person.
I don't know.
Dumbest thing ever.
Especially able people.
But yeah, they were running away, and then like Bunny inadvertently ends up in a tent,
Yeah.
and the gang presumably sees him getting eaten up by a crowd of zombies. They meet Boris, and Boris
Yeah.
comes back, and it turns out that he has a lot of cocaine.
I feel like we completely did a scenic route back to Boris having cocaine.
Well, the cocaine plays a pretty important role.
It's a very important. It gets really important. It really is very
Have you
important.
seen the movie Signs? It's like, I mean,
And then just when the characters were so devastated losing their innocent bunny hopping friend, they get a call from him. And turns out Bunny is alive. They need to rescue him. I think the rescue comes first before the explanation, right?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah. So for whatever reason, Bunny is on top of this like tower, like a watchtower.
Yeah.
And then they're like, we have to rescue Bunny. But the thing that threw me off so much is like Hardik decides to climb up to the tower. I don't understand. Like what? And, like how does that even make sense? Like you climb up and rescue your friend, and then how are you gonna get out of the
Yeah.
the tower? It made no sense. It's just one of those many like stupid things that the characters do.
there was one time I was here in Bangkok with an ex-girlfriend who was an American ex-girlfriend who was visiting me. And we were in a taxi with a crazy taxi driver who was like smoking meth or something. He was just very erratic and like dangerous. And that constantly we were trying to be like, should we get out of the cab? Should we get out of the cab? And then he finally like gets to some stop like near a hotel, and we just run out. I was like, for some reason, I just didn't want to pay him because I was being cheap and mean. But we run in through a parking lot garage at the hotel, and the guards are chasing us, and we're looking over the ledge. And at one point, I almost like jumped off the ledge with her to escape paying like $100 to the taxi driver.
Okay, so
Oh my goodness.
Drugs was a very influential part of this decision making. Is my point.
Was it coke?
I'm not at liberty to
That was
say.
just weed and alcohol, actually.
And then like they did jump off the tower.
Yeah.
They
Right?
did.
They did.
They have
This is
to.
the
that's-
second time.
I think on the tower he explains like how he was alive to Hardik, I guess, right? Or he does it afterwards.
I don't remember, but okay, the explanation is basically like when he ends up in the tent, there was another guy that was just hiding out, and it's that guy that died. That's it.
That's really funny.
No, but,
It's a
but
very gory.
he finds out like how to stop the zombies
Yeah.
accidentally. So that
Yeah.
connects the story later. So he finds out that if you throw like cocaine on these zombies, and then like somehow these zombies are stopping, like they're not attacking anymore, they're just becoming standstill. So that's how you escaped. So that then like they tell this thing to Boris, so that Boris can do that.
But it's so
oh no, he just okay. Yeah, okay,
but it's so funny that he does discover that when you throw cocaine at them, it immobilizes them. But I don't know the science behind it. It's like you throw powder at them and they're like, oh,
Well, he mentioned because they are technically on drugs, right? That's how they became zombies. That if you mix certain drugs, then it will create a different sensation. So he just decided to throw cocaine because that's what was available, and it worked. It
But
They're
completely immobilized
overwhelmed, I
them.
think.
Boris explained it that this might be the case. Like Boris brought the explanation that what you
Yeah.
said. Like it might be like a double effects and side effects of each other, and then they're like just becoming this thing.
It's quite ironic because, like, okay, when you do cocaine, usually from what I hear, is it energizes you, right? It like wakes you up. Probably because like we're alive, but because these zombies are technically dead, maybe it has the opposite effect as it would have on
think
humans, and just completely like it's a downer instead of an upper.
I think all they wanted was like drugs. Like after the dose of the red drugs, the red pill drug, like all they wanted was to get high, and Coke gave them the ultimate kick, and they're like, okay, we are contented in ourselves
But
now.
Coke is a weird one to do because it's like 5 minutes of
Yeah,
contentment, and then like they should be rushing at them again.
Yeah, I mean, they left by that time. Like,
But-
they didn't stop and watch like what they do afterwards.
Yeah, like
You just-
Boris is chucking like $10,000 worth of cocaine, like clay pigeons, into the air, and
Yeah.
they shoot it with a shotgun, and the cocaine sprays everywhere down like confetti, and it like stops all the zombies in their tracks.
I was kind of singing like "It's raining Coke, hallelujah, it's raining Coke." Okay,
Great song. Great bachelorette
Is,
song.
is it a real song or you wrote
it's
it?
usually it's raining men, but in this
Oh,
movie
okay,
it was
okay.
just
She made it
raining
worse.
Coke. Yeah, that's the better rain.
Is that
huh?
better? Yeah.
Okay.
Raining Man would kill the men.
Yeah, it's a super good point. It's dangerous.
So yeah, Boris has a lot of coke. And now he doesn't have a lot of coke. He got rid of it. And I was like, I rolled my eyes because like, of course, that's how we show that we lose the drugs. You know, you can never be a bad person at the same time as a good person.
Well, they still do weed at the end.
Okay, but still.
Weed's not a drug.
Very
Barely.
pro it.
Yeah. And the movie frames it that way because they say like it becomes a big say no to drugs, but then at the end they're all smoking weed. So
It's a weird like pro weed anti drug movie because
Yeah.
they're like, yeah, cocaine, pills, all this stuff is bad, but weed, we're gonna make a whole song about it.
Are you all saying this because, you know, the prime minister is pro weed? Oh,
that's the only reason.
No, but that's great
Yeah.
news.
No, that has been like a very prominent like a thing in India. Like weed is okay. Like our generation, like no hard drugs. Like there were like I never did anything in India, and I was like smoking weed all the time, and it was very common.
You just
to
don't
think,
see
like,
it in film a lot.
When the gang was reunited with Boris and Nikolai to the rescue, Nikolai gets bit. He
yeah.
gets bitten. And then like there's like this quick sad moment where they decide to leave him stranded away from the car, the Jeep, and then like Nikolai says like, give me the vodka, of course, because he's Russian. And then like, so that after they rescued Bunny, right, the final boss is like a zombified version of Nikolai.
Yeah.
And he was like on top of the tower. And good lord, as he was about to jump and attack Boris, we get like this ridiculous action moment. The gang throws a rocket launcher
Oh, yeah.
to Boris.
Oh my god, yeah, I
And then
forgot.
Boris just like shoots the rocket to Nikolai and just like whoosh, he just goes up and then boom. I was like, oh my god,
It's
man.
a straight up
Burst in
After
flames.
Effects explosion.
Yeah.
It's like in the middle of
Exactly.
nowhere, some guy just like pasted a gif of like an explosion in the air.
No, when Nikolai left, like I thought like he's gonna kill himself before becoming a zombie. That's a common trope in zombie films,
Right,
right?
yeah.
Like friends who get beaten, like. So I thought that, but like they brought him back and then made that scene. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
a very
Yeah.
quick scene. Which also it reminds me of Zombieland because they had like that clown at the very end. There was a clown. It did feel like that scene. They were fighting the final boss.
But we can
Yeah.
all agree that we kind of saw Nikolai's death coming, right? Because throughout the
Yeah,
movie,
of
like the
course.
movie makes no effort to center on his character. You don't get
Yeah.
any kind of emotional attachment to him, nothing. He was like one of those disposable characters from the beginning.
Yeah.
Because he's actually Russian.
Yeah, he's
So nobody
actually right.
cares. He's not Indian. We could kill him.
And Boris was talking to him in Russian. So I want to know, Boris.
But he did say to
Bye.
Nikolai, like, what did he say? Did he say Das Vidanya or some shit?
Yeah. No, also, like, there was one point of dialogue I remember because most of the time he was talking about Nikolai, but he was never like talking to him a lot. But I remember seeing some scenes. Maybe it's like not always. Maybe he spoke English to him at one point. But I remember seeing him like talking like Russian to Nikolai, but I don't know like how good that was. That's why I was asking like if anyone knows.
Did you notice whenever the characters speak Russian and the subtitles do come up,
Yeah.
the font is like
It's a different.
Russianized.
very Russianized.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that when they do that stuff. That's fun.
That was really fun, yeah. Okay, anyway, so they killed Nikolai and they managed to like secure a boat after like having a quick little funny scene with this woman that
Please go into this scene because it took me off
Yeah.
guard. I was like, what is going on?
I hated. Okay, I personally didn't like that scene. So the boat that they need to secure, it's being occupied by the woman that Hardik slept with the night before, and they need her to get off the boat somehow, right? And Hardik has to like sweet talk her.
Well, Boris is ready to shoot her, but they still want to show humanity to a zombie. So obviously they have not gotten any smarter throughout the movie. And so he tries to sweet talk her out of the boat, and you get this whole scene where she's chasing him in the woods. And at first I'm like, what the fuck's going on? I thought it was serious. And all of a sudden they end up at a tree, and you get this classic Bollywood scene where like they just
they do
take
that.
turns, right, going on opposite side, putting their heads out the opposite side of
Yeah.
the tree.
Oh,
And never
God.
meeting, and that's when you realize that that the scene is actually just mocking Bollywood like song scenes.
Yeah.
It's
What
a parody.
happens to her?
They just
they
let
just-
they run.
they distracted her and then got on the boat.
Oh, she lives.
She lives, and she kind of like watches the boat go off
go
into the
off.
shore. Yeah.
Yeah, that was like a clear nod and like making fun of like classic Bollywood dance sequence around the
Yeah.
trees. I remember even my film school teacher like once told me like I went to like his graduation film script that was I was writing at that point of time, and I showed him, and he's like, "Why is your scripter always so depressed and dark? You should have some love in your life and run around, dance around trees." Like that's what
Yeah.
exactly. So it's like a very common reference to make fun of in like you should like fall in love and dance around trees. Like that's like a thing people say as well.
When I
because
was in Calcutta at that, I told you like what's that?
Victoria Memorial Park.
The Victoria Memorial Park. You go there and it's just all these couples making out next to trees.
Yeah.
Everyone's hiding behind a tree making out and being handsy. It was like I was just walking around in the daytime being shocked by just everyone hiding behind a tree. It's a real trope. And also Hardik learns to do consent with the zombie. Like that's the one time when he's like, let's not hurt her or kill her. Like let's be nice and like ask her politely. Like that's the one time you could kill her.
And it has
Yeah.
nothing to do with the fact that if he touches her, he'll literally become a zombie. That's definitely not a deterrent at all.
No, correct.
But okay, like now that being said, right? They did secure the boat, and on the way to Goa, right? This is the scene that really took me out. Maybe I didn't see it coming. Maybe because I was stoned off my ass watching this. But they were like having a moment of reflection. And then the characters are like, "What do we learn?" And oh my god, the moral message! It hits right into your face. Drugs are bad. My god, man! I should have seen it
Yeah.
coming, man.
I think we see it coming
I did not,
when
man.
we find the cocaine. They find the cocaine, and Boris jokingly asks, like, "You guys want some?" And then Hardik and Luv are already like, "No, not after the pills," kind of vibe. And then, but they, that was more discreet. You got to read into it. But then at that end scene, when they're like, "Say no to drugs," it becomes so obvious. This was just a dare movie all along.
Exactly, it was there the whole time. And like the whole zombies getting like people getting zombified. It's like an allegory or like a metaphor of them getting high.
Exactly,
It was like
exactly.
that.
Barely, because they take the drug and become a zombie. It's like barely an allegory.
Yeah,
It's
I know,
pretty
I
on the nose.
I just feel like thought it was a little too preachy for my taste. But
I mean, after this movie, you're definitely not taking random pills at a party.
No, I guess
it will,
not.
It will make you think twice.
no.
But then you're more likely to go to a party because they make the rave look quite fun.
yeah, I guess not. I guess I won't do that anymore.
Yeah, no powder.
The last part. Okay, they made it to Goa, and then what did they find? The whole city is in ruins, and then you get like a cliffhanger. It's like yeah. Sequel hook.
The sequel hook.
That's what it
Also,
ends.
there is a sequel in the making. They announced this last year.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's no confirmation about the
Go
release
Goa
date.
went?
But
What's
yeah,
the fucking...
Go Goa Gone. Wait, Go
Gone
Goa Gone 2. Yeah, just
Yeah.
a regular sequel.
I read it's in a production limbo. So like maybe things going around like
Remember, Sarpata has like a sequel. Tumbat has a sequel. Why
That's
is it
true.
Why does everything need a sequel,
That's true.
man?
But also, a lot of these sequels don't seem to materialize or
Not
take
at
a very
all.
long time to come out.
Go Goa Gone sounds like it can be a fun sequel
fun.
for
It
sure.
would be fun, yeah.
But
Tumbat 2, please. Sarpata 2. Oh my god.
But Koi
I would
Mil Gaya
watch
got
all
a sequel in a superhero film.
Philosophy corner. No, I wanted to say the zombie thing, right? Like in the movie, they bring up, like you talked about, Khilli, like they're trying to figure out who these monsters are, and they're like, is it zombies? Is it vampires and stuff? So the movie's pretty aware of like these different tropes, and they're right. Like it is a Western thing, and when they said we imported these zombies due to globalism, like my ears perked up, because like yes, traditionally you have the zombie genre, right, and the vampires genre, and they're both very strong, like Western anxieties. The vampire trope is like elitist, right? Like they live in these castles, they hoard wealth, they live forever, and they live off the blood of like peasants and stuff, right? And there's just a few of them, so it's this fear of like these elites controlling everything and being like an unkillable force that just eats off, the lower classes. And then the zombies are like a middle class anxiety of immigrants and people coming, like the dirty unwashed masses, and how if they get close enough to them, they will get sucked in and be removed from the middle class and be thrown into the unwashed masses. Like that's why when you see like the early zombie films, they take place in malls and stuff. It's like homes and third spaces for suburban people, and they're getting run over and taken over by these like masses, right? So in this movie, when they're saying the zombies are being imported, what they're referring to is they've taken on, because of globalization, this anxiety as well of foreigners. So it's specifically like Goa and the tourist industry is creating this kind of immigrant population that's like sucking off the land, right? And what's really interesting is the Boris character, because he is actually a zombie character. He says his blood has been transfused with vodka. He is an Indian character that got zombified by an outside influence, which is Russia, changed his whole appearance. He gets saved at the end. He's the one zombie that's able to come back and get his identity back. But everyone else, they pay for these like high priced designer drugs and stuff, and they get taken up in this kind of tourism that makes them prey on the locals as well. Like these people from Mumbai go to Goa, and they, along with like the Russian mafia, are preying on like the native Goa population, because that's like the zombie curse, right? They start eating each other alive. And so the fear isn't like necessarily drugs, because they're smoking weed the whole time and they have a song about weed. Their fear is imported drugs. It's the not natural like drugs coming in from other countries, right? That's the thing they're worried about. So what they have to get rid of all the cocaine, because that's imported. But if they stick to the weed that comes from India, they're fine, right? It's a fear of the outside. So that's kind of like what I took from like the whole tourism Goa aspect of the zombies.
Just thinking, my money made your country. I don't know.
I mean, yeah, like that's, you get these like rich, white people coming in, just, taking over the land and partying and stuff and spending all this extra money, and they're just brainless zombies that you have to serve them. And if you want to join their ranks, you have to also start acting like that to the native population too, and it'll wreck your brain.
I mean, it's really close. It hits close to home for me, or maybe for you as well. Winnie, Koh Phangan, right? It's infested by, white people
Taking drugs
taking
and
drugs
partying.
and partying on the island
Yeah.
and being entitled, and it's what you're. I guess it's related to what you're saying.
Yeah, and if you're a Thai person joining them, you are partaking in the same type of like wreckage of that culture, taking advantage of it, even if you don't want to. But that is seen as like a class symbol. And if you want to blend in, you have to tear each other apart. That's the zombie aspect, is now you're eating each other alive because of this.
I think this movie was way ahead of its time, though, because in the sense that 10, 12 years ago when this movie was made, we probably hadn't reached the point yet where you would openly compare like a drug user, a heavy drug user, to a zombie.
I think what like aligns the anxiety of the zombies with the fear of drugs is like it could happen to your kid, like zombies, the fear zombies come in your proximity and you or your family members get lost to them. And same with drug use, right? Like you have like a white collar son and then they get sucked into that world and then that's it, right? It taps into the same anxiety. What are your thoughts, Nicky?
I don't know why you're singling me out, man. I was just like nodding in agreement.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Yeah, so zombies, like I realized, like, did you know, like the zombies like comes from like Haitian people? Like I was just reading on zombie media for this podcast somehow. Like
Another factor, if you read some of the zombie stories, like I Am Legend, not Will Smith made a movie about it, but it changed the ending. But the real I Am Legend story is the zombies eventually populate the world so much that the lone survivor human is the freak now. Like he is the outside force. The zombies have fully acclimated and they're the primary living things there. And that's also part of the big fear, especially like with immigrants and stuff, is you hear those like lies about like white, declining birth rates or whatever. But like that's the fear, is like they will come and take over and then I will be the weird one instead of the majority. And so I think, yeah, people have huge anxiety about a culture encroaching on them and they're the weird ones now.
Are you referring to like white replacement?
Yeah,
theory?
yeah.
Yeah.
It's the same thing of like, because there's more of them, there's less of us. Like there's a zero-sum game or something. But they're not zombies. They're
Red
people.
pillars.
Yeah, right. There we go. Boom, full circle.
You're afraid of red pillars.
We're just stoned and we're like, oh,
Genius.
so deep.
And when they bite someone, they might turn into red pillar themselves.
All right, staircase
guys.
moment.
I guess when the movie just turns into a zombie movie out of being a rom-com, it starts kind of as a rom-com in some sorts, and then all of a sudden, everyone turns into zombies.
I was reading a lot of the reviews, and it seems like what critics were saying was that it was very engaging and interesting in the first half, and in the second half, it's just about them trying to survive a zombie apocalypse.
I think
I
that's
like
how
that.
zombie films are
Yeah,
usually.
I
I
love
think
the
they worked
progression.
on the trope. Yeah.
Right.
I think for me, the staircase moments was like when I found out that Bunny is alive.
No, I wasn't that shocked.
Yeah, I
Oh,
kind of
I
saw
was-
that coming.
What about Boris? That was
The Boris
not
is
surprised.
Indian.
I think we're all mispronouncing his name because he clearly spends a minute in the movie teaching us how to pronounce his name, and it's more like Boris.
Boris.
Oh, Boris. Yeah, something like
We
that.
should call our friend. We have a friend whose name like that. We should call her.
Boris.
Boris.
Boris. Yeah, that was wild to me when he's like, I'm Indian. I just dyed my hair.
I think that is my staircase moment. And then like
Oh.
there was nothing. It didn't go anywhere from there. We just
Accepted him.
accepted that he's Indian. That's it. There was nothing into it.
What a fun role. Dance floor clause.
Well, there's an end credit song where it's all like,
You love that song.
I love that song.
I love that song.
I just didn't think that
Baba
okay, maybe from my like narrow-minded view, I didn't think there would be an Indian song that like is very pro-weed.
I know, I love
I
it.
didn't see that coming. And you can tell like the way it's sung, the way it's like structured. It's like they're just having a good time. Like just
There are many songs, but I
high.
haven't heard much in Bollywood. Like there are
Right.
many songs from bands, like from independent artists about weed. Like there is so much. India is big on weed. Like so many songs about weed, but like never heard. Oh no, there are. What am I talking about? Sorry. There are like in
Mainstream
80s, 70s, 80s,
Okay.
all the hippie time, and then like there are films. Okay, which songs have been very popular in Bollywood?
Sorry.
My staircase moment is Khilli
Just figuring out that there are so many weed songs in
backing off that
Bollywood.
claim.
But my favorite dance scene is when the zombie lady's chasing him and they have a whole tree moment. I'd say that was pretty epic and really weird.
In Evil Dead, there's a tree rape scene that
Oh,
they have
jeez.
seen because it's in both of them.
But I'd say this is more of playing to the Bollywood
Yeah,
trope.
no, it's
It like
true.
came out very, very cliche. Yeah.
Family Feud factor. There wasn't any extended family, was there?
There was no
mean, if
family.
They were roommates, if I call them family. They had a lot of
Yeah.
They're
feud.
found
They're
family.
not a
They're
brotherly dynamic for sure.
And then they were using and abusing Bunny the whole time, and then when only they think that he has died, they come into senses that how they have been exploiting this poor guy.
Wait, we should just point out when at that point when they think that he is dead and they're really sad about it for a minute, and then they're like, well, if he was alive, he would be stuck at that stupid ass meeting.
Yeah.
Yeah, they act
Start
like they
laughing
saved him
about
from
it.
being at that dumb meeting that was going to give him a huge promotion and stuff. Like, no, that was good. They still don't understand the importance of attending a meeting.
But that's also how much this movie probably hates corporate, I guess, because they're really consoling themselves about his death just by saying death is better than being at that work meeting.
For him, speaking for him, Bunny has huge younger brother energy.
Yeah.
Well, he mentions like Workaholics. Definitely. Like I just think about it, the show.
Yeah,
It's like Workaholics.
yeah, they took that.
There's a bunch of like idiots at an office job. Anyway.
Regional heat check. Khilli, I've never been to Goa.
I've been to Goa, but I haven't partied that hard though to know like how the parties
All right,
look
you got to
like. But
combine you combine Kopangan with your knowledge of Goa.
I think it is kind of accurate, like going on the off island to have a party, like which will like last for like 3 nights, and there won't be any vessel, any like ferry to the mainland for 72 hours. That was like huge.
And not a ton of Indians, a lot of white people.
Oh yeah.
It is Goa, yeah.
It really reminds me of Koh Phangan.
Right,
And when I watched that underground rave scene, it really does remind me of this particular party on the island. It's very similar.
Like
It's
Eden Island.
Eden.
Yeah, yeah.
It reminds me of Eden. It's like it's in a secluded, smaller island.
Yeah.
People are just getting like all high, dancing all night, up to the morning, up to the sunrise. It's very similar.
I like how you can go to Eden. It's either you hike and go, or you can like take a boat and go to the. It's a beach, like Kopangan.
Yeah.
Eden is a beach.
My colleague from work, she went to Eden very recently, and she said that before she got on the boat, the guy that was tending the boat said that the boat before them fucking capsized and everyone fucking died.
No.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it
What
literally
the
happened.
shit? You
Yeah.
don't hear about this on the news.
I don't
feel
know, but like it literally said they capsized. She said, and she said she
Damn.
really swore by it that people actually died that day.
Yeah, you see, because you
It
don't
does
hike there at
happen.
night. You only take
Yeah.
a boat at night, and that's usually when people go when they want an after party,
Yeah.
because
Yeah,
that will
yeah.
stay till the morning.
Chai chai.
And yeah, at that
I've heard
point-
so many times people saying that like, oh, we went, it was like such a bad weather, or
Yeah.
like something happened, this happened. Why don't they wear a life jacket? It might,
We
like,
did. You do wear life jackets.
I
but
wore
like,
life jackets.
But
yeah.
the trip to that secluded island, it gets really rocky. Like there was a girl I was seeing in the past, and she actually talked to me about her experience to Eden, and she said she thought she was gonna die because like the boat was just like rocking back and forth really wildly. So it does happen.
It's like Pleasure Island with Pinocchio. Instead of turning into asses or donkeys, they're zombies.
sexy.
Yeah, it's more sexy than Pinocchio. I wasn't turned on by the donkeys either. So the movie tells you the moral.
Say no to
no to
drugs.
drugs.
Say no to drugs.
Except
Here's
weed.
a big song about weed. Do weed. Weed's cool. Weed's from the ground. Importantly, weed is from this country, and we're nationalistic, and we don't allow outside drugs.
Oh my goodness.
It's very explicit, guys.
Well, I give
Yeah.
this movie a 5 out of 5.
You said this was the best film you've seen.
I think this was one of the best movies we've watched for the podcast. It was such an easy watch. It was funny. I was on the edge of my seat the whole time with all those zombie chase scenes. Watch it while you're high. It will enhance the experience. I mean, the characters are high throughout the film, so you might as well get on their level.
It's an hour and 40 minutes. One of the shortest Indian movies. It's great.
Right.
Highly recommend. It's an easy watch.
I was really punching the air because I feel like during graduation we were watching a lot of these kinds of movies like Zombieland and Shaun of the
Yeah.
Dead and stuff. And I feel like, oh man, if my friends were more like accepting of other cultures, I think this movie would have been on the list, man, for sure.
Yeah.
Like, it would have. It's such a fun film to watch.
It's super fun. It's not that corny. The special effects are great. It's filmed well. It doesn't look like it's cheaply made. Besides that one After Effects explosion, like it's done very well. And it holds up like any Western movie. I really liked it.
Khilli, what do you think of it? Because you watched this film before and you recommended it.
Yeah, but I remember not being such fond of this film. Maybe like I was not into zombie. Like I didn't watch Shaun of the Dead that point. Like I didn't watch any proper zombie films, like even comedy or like the old school zombie. Didn't watch much. So for me, maybe like it was kind of a whack because in my head, zombies like are people like this supernatural done by virus or something, and then like suddenly drugs, and I was like, oh, he's preaching too bad about drugs. But like later when I saw more zombie films and saw how diverse zombies are and like the culture of zombie, then I think now when I watched, I really loved it.
I also think it's because you came to Thailand and became a degenerate.
What?
Bye.